job, guys.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Welcome back to another newly listed on the CSE clip. I'm Anil Mall. I represent the Canadian Securities Exchange. And today I am talking to Erica Williams. Erica is the CEO and founder of Yumy Bear Goods Inc., listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange, obviously. Erica, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I hope you're well.
Yes, doing very well. Thank you.
Great. Erica, let's talk to our viewers about Yumy Bear. What is this company about and what's your vision?
Yeah, so Yumy Bear is a low sugar plant-based confectionery company. I come from the health and fitness space. I've loved candy my whole life, but because I was always into health and fitness, I was always looking for healthier alternatives. So there wasn't always an affordable option when I was looking at products. A lot of them were more specialty, more novelty. So there was a large gap between the expensive, low sugar options or the cheap traditional candy. So it was always a decision between unhealthy and cheap, but healthier, but a little bit more expensive. So our core philosophy is to make tastier, more affordable, healthier options within the confectionery space. We have made a candy that everyone can feel good about because it's accessible to everyone. And our product retails around $1 to $1.50, more affordable than some of the competitors that are currently on the market. So we're excited to fill this gap that is in the market at this time. Our mantra is sweet by nature, and we have created a product that not only tastes amazing, but is naturally sweetened, not using any sugar, alcohols, or artificial sweeteners. And sweet by nature, we've chose that mantra also because it plays into our contributions to the wildlife initiatives and local charities we've been a part of. We currently donate a portion of our proceeds for each bag purchased to the Northern Lights Wildlife Shelter in BC, and they help rehabilitate and rewild animals and wildlife, specifically bears, into nature. And they're one of the only ones that specialize in grizzly bears in Canada. And then we've also donated to the Bloom Group, Women's and Children Homeless Shelter, EGAL Canada. So we're passionate about making a difference, whether it's through the products we create or the charities we support. And we're very excited, from the response and the people that, they get on board with our feel good message, not only with the candy, but what we're really about as a company.
I was just about to say, being a local BC company and then having that charitable component to your company and messaging definitely goes a long way and resonates, obviously, with not only investors, but consumers also. Now, Erica, what was the strategy behind going public with Yumy Bear?
Yeah, so we definitely wanted to raise enough capital in order to scale up our operations. We have very aggressive marketing and sales strategies. So in order to do so, obviously, we wanted to make sure that we're able to scale production, get into larger retailers, larger banners. And the reason why is, we wanted to make sure that we have the funds and the means in order to do so. Not only that, is we're very proud to be the first and only healthy plant-based confectionery company on the market. And for me personally, when I look at what I'm choosing and what I'm choosing to invest in, choosing to purchase, it's a vote at the end of the day and what I want to see more in the world. And so I think it's a great opportunity for, even everyday consumers to get educated and understand, they are voting with their money, they are voting with what they want to see more of. And I'm very proud to present one of those healthier options. And I think people can get on board. And that's why we've seen so much attention and and people really, understanding what we're about. So a lot of it came down to scalability and getting to that market, getting into that space and aggressively going after, the targets in the market that we wanted to. There's not a lot offered in this space in terms of being low sugar and completely plant-based. That's a huge differentiating factor. I know we'll probably discuss more of that, but a huge differentiating factor is being a completely vegan company. A lot of people don't know that traditional candy have gelatin in it, and that does come from animals. And so it was very important for us to have those two staples at the foothold of our flagship product, which is our spin on the traditional gummy bear, which is obviously behind the name Yumy Bear. So we are very excited about that opportunity, and we want to make sure that people are becoming educated and can be on this ride with us, because it sure is an exciting one.
Erica, since you've briefly touched on that topic, why don't we just jump into it and talk about what differentiates a company and a product like Yumy Bear from some of the peers in this space?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's great because we have proven concept. There's huge demand. The plant-based sector is one of the largest growing food sectors. And so I think a lot of people are, I call it the spectrum, the plant-based spectrum. Maybe people aren't fully vegan, but they are definitely looking for those healthier alternatives. And if the taste is there and if the affordability is there, they will make the switch. So one of the main things for me is I know even myself and a lot of people, they'll go for the health benefits, they'll go for the sustainability factor, but if the taste isn't there, they're not sticking around. So that was very important at the core of our, all the products that we produce. One of the biggest differences is that we really focus on taste and texture. Not only are gummy bears the best tasting, but they're also softer than a lot of candies. They don't get stuck in your teeth. So that texture kind of playing into that. And then we also created a unique formulation. So we wanted to make sure that all of our products are vegan and animal friendly. We don't use gelatin in any of our products. If you start, looking at packages and turning them over, you'll see gelatin is one of the main sources in gummy products. So that was, one of the things that we definitely want to educate the public on. We also use an FDA approved fiber source shown in studies to have a low glycemic index compared to tapioca and IMO fiber that's used in a lot of different confectionery products. So we have only 3 grams of sugar in our entire bag of our product, which is great. It's naturally sweetened. It tastes amazing. The texture is soft and juicy. It's a low sugar product. So we're excited to offer a great product in the category that currently has limited offerings. There's not many options in this space. So I think it's great for people to have, at least another one, but another one that they can get behind and obviously will love. And we've had an overwhelming response from the Canadian market so far. So we're just proud to see that there's so much demand in this sector.
I was actually going to ask you that because, obviously the plant-based sector has been really hot, but as someone like yourself who's on the front lines of this, why do you feel that the sugar plant-based sector is heating up these days?
Yeah, definitely. I think as more people are coming to the confectionery space, we wanted to provide that affordable option in terms of low sugar and vegan without people paying more money for it. A lot of consumers, they're on the fence when they're purchasing these healthier options when it comes to the cost being much higher. I relate to this, being a university student, if it was $5, $6 per bag, I was, it was more of a once a month type of thing where, when you're coming in, at that lower price range, it's a lot more accessible to people. But all in all, we've done extensive market research in the confectionery space. It's shown that consumers are looking for new vegan, environmentally sustainable options that are better for human health and animal welfare. We don't use any gelatin, like I said before. So a lot of people are starting to become more aware of what they're putting into their bodies, more aware of what they're purchasing. I think during this time in the world, a lot of people had opportunity to kind of sit and reflect. And it's shown with the trends because there's also huge trends with low sugar items. Most people are very aware of how overconsumption of high sugar products have a lot of negative health impacts, especially for children and their development. So we wanted to offer a low sugar product that doesn't have any added sugars, that adults and children can benefit by reducing their daily consumption. And then the third trend that we've identified is people moving away from those sugar alcohols and artificial sweeteners because they have shown to have negative impacts on blood sugar levels and gut health. So we wanted to create something that, had that demand with the low sugar and the plant-based, but then also have a great tasting product that don't use any of those sugar alcohols or artificial sweeteners. So I think it just really speaks to, the time that we've gone through. If you look at any of the market trends, you'll see the plant-based sector is the largest growing sector in the food space. And then also hitting off, low sugar has been around for a while, but to kind of have those 3 factors all tied into one product, we've seen that people have just responded so well to. So I would say that was primarily the trends that we've been seeing within the market.
Oh, that's some great insight from like I said, someone who's involved in this business on a day-to-day level. Talk to us about your background, Erica, and then maybe get into some of the key team members you've brought on board to move this company forward.
Yeah, definitely. So I myself, I've always been in the health and fitness space. I've always loved going to the gym, working out. My background's kinesiology. I'm fascinated about studying nutrition, the human body, physical performance, being a health coach for years, and then working in the health and food space for a number of years. So I definitely had a one-on-one connection with, everyday people wanting me to make healthier lifestyle changes, wanting to have things that were accessible to them. I mean, I think the food space has changed a lot over the last 10 years, which I'm, very happy to see. And I think we're in this aggressive growth strategy where a lot of people are making switch over to healthier food options if the taste is there and the affordability factor is there. So my expertise has definitely played in the fact that creating this innovative product that speaks to a wide variety of people. At the end of the day, it is candy. It's a fun, it's an exciting product. I can go very nitty gritty on, I kind of nerd out and I like to go very nitty gritty on the details and the science and the formula, but at the end of the day, it's candy. It's about, how can we make those small changes with our, nutrition or our lifestyle that add up to a big impact. And that goes to, even the innovation of our product, not having gelatin. Okay, maybe having no gelatin in one product, might not make a huge difference. But if we see this trend across the board in different categories as well, I think overall we'll see a huge movement, huge impact, and really excited to be a part of it. So, I mean, yeah, my experience just comes from, really that intimate level, my own personal knowledge. I've competed for years and everything, and then seeing people wanting to lose weight, that low sugar option is a great factor for people because there's so many high sugar products out there. And it's not that sugar is, you should never eat sugar. It's the overconsumption paired with the lack of activity. And I'm excited that through this period in the last, year and a half that we've been in R&D, we've seen that through our tests that people are starving for these type of products because they do truly want to make that transition, but to kind of make it a little bit easier and make it taste good and package it as candy doesn't hurt for sure. So yeah, and then I was very blessed to come into contact with Cassie, who's our CCO. She was a part of another plant-based company. So she had a lot of expertise on that side. We've been able to make the right partnerships, have a great experience within the Canadian market. And then we have Sue, who you met earlier as well, who's our Chief Financial Officer. And then just really building a great team from there, having that core foundation, core fundamentals. We're very excited to be women-led. I think we get along very well and we have that great camaraderie. And then obviously building that into our team and growing across Canada. So we're making amazing partnerships within the industry, and really being able to grow quite quickly has been an amazing experience for us. So.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for taking the time. Obviously we did our virtual market welcome this morning, but, taking the time to sit down with me and educate me not only on your product and company, but, the mantra of the company and where you plan on going with this. Where can our viewers go, Erica, to find more details about your company?
Yeah, no, definitely. So you can visit our website. It's www.yumybear.com. And then you can also find us on social media. We have our handle at Yumy Bear Candy, and that's Yumy with Y-U-M-Y. And then our ticker symbol on the CSE is YUMY if you want to be a part and invest in our growth.
Perfect. To everybody watching, this has been Erica Williams. Erica is the CEO and founder of Yumy Bear Goods. You've been watching a newly listed on the CSE clip. I'm Anil Mall representing the CSE. Erica, thank you so much for joining us. We at the Canadian Securities Exchange wish you and your team nothing but success in the months and years moving forward. If you need anything, you know where to find us. To everybody watching, thank you again for tuning into a newly listed on the CSE clip. Erica, thanks again.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for tuning into another newly listed on the CSE. Please feel free to hit like and share this content and hit subscribe if you haven't already.